Welcome to our fourth week. For this week, we'll have product of the form, the sum of a and b multiplied to the quantity of a squared minus ab plus b squared, and the difference of a and b multiplied to the quantity of a squared plus ab plus b squared. To identify if it is a product of a form, observe if the trinomial factor a squared minus ab plus b squared or a squared plus ab plus b squared has the following terms. The first term is the square of the first term of the binomial factor. Take note that our binomial factor is either the sum of a and b or the difference of a and b. Get the square of a is equal to a squared. Next, the middle term is the opposite of the product of the first and the last terms of the binomial factor. So we get the product of a and b, it's equal to ab. It's either positive or negative. Last, the last term is the square of the last term of the binomial factor. We get the square of b, it's equal to b squared. The product of the sum of a and b and the quantity of a squared minus ab plus b squared is equal to a cubed plus b cubed. The product is called the sum of two cubes. To verify if a cubed plus b cubed is correct, we are going to distribute each term of the binomial factor to our trinomial factor. A times a squared is equal to a cubed plus a times negative ab is equal to negative a squared b plus a times b squared is equal to positive ab squared plus b times a squared is equal to positive a squared b plus b times negative ab is equal to negative ab squared plus b times b squared is equal to positive b cubed. Notice that we have similar terms. Negative a squared b is similar to positive a squared b. Since they have different signs, then we need to subtract. A squared b minus a squared b is equal to 0. So we just simply cancel them. Next, you also have ab squared similar to negative ab squared. Since they have different signs, we need to subtract. ab squared minus ab squared is also equal to 0. Then we cancel them. So the remaining terms now are a cubed plus b cubed. First example, our binomial factor is 3x plus 2y. Remember that our trinomial factor should satisfy the three conditions in order for us to call it product of the form. First condition, the first term of the trinomial factor should be the square of the first term of our binomial factor. Square of 3x is equal to 9x squared. Second condition, the middle term of the trinomial factor should be the opposite of the product of the first term and the last term of our binomial factor. 3x times 2y is equal to 6xy, and its opposite is negative 6xy. Last condition, the last term of our trinomial factor should be the square of the last term of our binomial factor. Square of 2y is equal to positive 4y squared. Its product will be equal to the cube of the first term of the binomial factor, which is 3x, is equal to 27x cubed, plus we get the cube of the last term of our binomial factor, which is 2y, and that is equal to 8y cubed. We proceed to our second example. We have 2 thirds of x plus 4 over 5. multiplied to 4 over 9x squared, that is the square of 2/3 of x, minus 8 over 15x, which is the opposite of the product of the first term and the last term of our binomial factor, plus 16 over 25, which is the square of 4 over 5. We call this the product of the form. And the product is equal to the cube of 2/3 of x, that is equal to 8 over 27x cubed, plus the cube of 4 over 5, which is equal to 64 over 125. Let's also have the difference of a and b multiplied to the quantity of a squared plus ab plus b squared. The product of this is equal to the cube of a minus the cube of b. The product is called the difference of two cubes. For us to verify if a cube minus b cube is correct, each term of our binomial factor will be distributed to each term of our trinomial factor. A times a squared is equal to positive a cubed. A times ab is equal to positive a squared b. A times b squared is equal to positive ab squared. Negative b times positive a squared is equal to negative a squared b. Negative b times positive ab is equal to negative ab squared. And negative b times positive b squared is equal to negative b cubed. We are going to combine similar terms. A squared b is similar to negative a squared b. Since they have different signs, then we need to subtract. A squared b minus a squared b is equal to 0. Another similar terms are ab squared and negative ab squared. They have different signs, so we need to subtract. ab squared minus ab squared is equal to 0. The remaining terms will be our product, and that is equal to a cubed minus b cubed. Example, x minus 3, which is to be multiplied to the quantity of x squared, which is the square of x, plus 3x, which is the opposite of the product of x and negative 3, plus 9, which is the square of negative 3. This is the product of a form. Getting the product, we simply get the cube of the first term and the cube of the last term. The cube of x is x cubed. The cube of negative 3 is negative 27. So the product is x cubed minus 27. For our last example, we have 1/2 of x minus 6 multiplied to the quantity of 1/4 x squared, which is the square of 1/2 of x, plus 3x, that is the opposite of the product of 1/2 of x and negative 6, plus 36, that is the square of negative 6. The product will be the cube of 1/2 x and the cube of negative 6. The cube of 1/2 x is equal to 1 over 8 x cubed. And the cube of negative 6 is equal to negative 216. Take note that positive and negative vibes come to our lives. It just depends on how we deal with it.